Simon, speak to me a little bit about your research in technology and education. What were your findings?
My research really was more about how effective technology could be as a teacher. In a way, I was trying to prove myself out of a job in a way, but thankfully, my research was inconclusive, which is good. But I just going in light of what Thomas was saying there. I mean, it's a really I've heard of this research. I think there isn't a school in the country that wouldn't have got a leaflet over the last 15, 20 years around the dangers of Wi-Fi signals and this kind of thing. And I suppose I'm in a situation where I don't know what we can do about it. You know when something is now so ubiquitous, it's so ubiquitous that you get memes on the internet extending Maslow's theory, where the bottom rung is now Wi-Fi. That's as the most basic need of human existence. And like, where do you go when people they're half joking only, they're not actually fully joking when they put that down, that they can't, they'll live without air and water, but but when it comes to Wi-Fi they can't. And where do you go from there? That's kind of I suppose the question I'd ask, almost not just as a human, really, more so than anything else.
Do you find that, for instance, you're receiving advices from the Department of Education or Health and Safety Authority as to how best safeguard the health and safety of not alone the children, but the teachers in the school building and in the rollout of digital technology?
Not really, no. I don't know how seriously the Department of Education would take that research. I don't know if it's reached them in any way. I'm sure I see no reason why it shouldn't have, or anything like that. But I suppose, again, as you probably know yourself, the Department of Education takes a fairly hands-off approach to managing schools in any way, shape or form, and it's usually up to individual boards of management to take the heat.
Yes, that dichotomy between the department being the paymaster and the boards being the employer, etc., it tends to come down to local action, doesn't it? But it would appear to me that it really rests with educators starting from the bottom up and beginning to appraise themselves. And let's say, for instance, I believe the health and safety statement for schools now carries an element on mental health. Perhaps safety in the use of digital technology should sit in right there as well. What do you think, Simon?
I don't see any reason why not. I mean, we do have acceptable usage policies for technology, which might be more appropriate there if there was to be something in there, and that does talk about safety when it comes to internet usage. But I think it's more so not to do with physiological safety, but more to do with how the technology is being used from a I suppose educational
perspective
point of view, rather than a kind of a health point of view, I suppose.
Sure.